What up? What up? How y'all doing? It's your boy, Tunnel Vision, and we back. I'm on my way to the airport right now. I'm about to make this little quick West Coast trip for a couple of days, handle some things, fly right back overnight on Monday, go see one of my clients, get out, and then drive all the way back home. It's gonna be a crazy Monday, but I'm used to it. Do that all the time. But anyway, yo, Shawn Porter versus Earl Spence is just a couple of weeks away. Damn it, I thought it was like 2 weeks away, man. We gotta wait like 3. It's like, damn, man. 3 more weeks before it starts, before it happens. You know, they had a face-to-face. And damn, I forgot Benavidez is fighting against Terrell in the undercard too. Oh my gosh, yo. I'm looking forward to this one, man. This is one of the few fights this year that I'm really looking forward to. They had a face-to-face on Fox, you know, the kind of promotion that, you know, Terrence Crawford dreams about. Time to switch teams, homie. But anyways, yeah, man, they had the face-to-face. Shawn Porter had things to say. You know, Earl Spence was talking his trash. You know, the same old going back and forth, you know, that people do. They kind of went over kind of how, you know, they were kind of introduced to each other as far as like in the amateurs, and Shawn's dad training Earl, you know, through some of the Olympic trials and through some of the amateur tournaments. You know, them quote being friends, and somehow now they're not friends, they have beef or whatever it is. And they kind of just, you know, each other trying to, you know, trash each other's past opponents and trying to dissect what, you know, people had did previously, from Earl Spence, quote, not being able to knock out Mikey Garcia or not knocking out Mikey Garcia. And then also kind of going through Shawn Porter and, you know, the issues, let's say, he had with Kell Brooks, and then the problems he had in his last fight against Ugas. You know, Shawn Porter, man. Shawn Porter, there wasn't a lot of people at that fight either. There's other fights that he headlined. There were people. It was packed. There was a lot of people there. But that's one of the fights that he did where there was not a lot of people. Shawn Porter kind of, he was known as that guy that is willing to take on anybody. Absolutely anybody. And the fans, he had the hardcore, diehard fan group that loved him for it. So it didn't matter if he took any L's. It didn't matter what anybody else thought about him, about his style, anything like that. Everybody still supported him regardless, because they were like, yo, this guy, he'll take on anybody. But when excuses started to come up about him not facing Earl Spence, and now, you know, him not wanting to face Earl Spence, you know, all the way from talking about how he wanted to fight the winner, you know, he wanted to fight the winner of the IBF championship fight between Kell Brooks and Earl Spence, thinking that Kell Brooks was going to win. Kell Brooks gets stopped. All of a sudden, he doesn't want the IBF belt anymore. All the way to when, you know, he won the fight against Danny Garcia. All before that fight, he was talking about how he was going to take on Earl Spence, you know, after that fight. And he wins the fight, and all of a sudden, the talking starts. You know, I told the fans I would do it, you know, out in the ring, but over here, you know, in the press conference, you know, if it doesn't happen next, it's not our fault. It's not my fault or his fault. It's neither one of our faults. All that BS he was talking. I think that hurt viewership-wise. He still did good with Ugas. Still did like 1.7 million, but that place was empty. It looked like a DAZN card. You know, 99% of their cards look like that. You know, no disrespect, it's just the truth. Canelo packs the house. What's that guy's name? Anthony Joshua packs the house. Even in the United States, doesn't matter if 13,000 of them came from the UK. They still paying that money to fly across some seas to come watch him. So he's able to still pack a house. But everybody else, for the most part, they get over 5,000 to them. People in a venue to them, that's like huge. That's huge if they get over 5,000. You know, 7,000 plus on PBC, even with the lower tier fights. That's like a normal thing. You know, but that place was empty. I mean, god damn, that place was empty. It was crazy. They could at least push everybody to the front and then darked out the whole thing, like, you know, DAZN be doing, so everything else looks midnight black. They ain't really do that. So it looked crazy up in that place. There was nobody, and I think it's because he had lost that support as soon as he was, you know, kind of, I guess you could say, you know, not seemed as if he wasn't willing to do the fight. He kind of lost the support of those hardcore fans, and that's his fan base. Like, you know, he has a very niche fan base that was just gonna ride with him. They're gonna pay for pay-per-views, and they're gonna, or whatever events was, they're gonna show up to the gates and they're gonna watch the fights on TV. And that was actually, it was gonna be a good fight, but it just kind of, the fact that he had turned fans off like that, with the things that he said, a lot of things that his father had said, you know, that a lot of people took as, you know, really disrespectful to the fans. I think it really hurt that event. But, you know, here we go now, though. You know, he signed off, ready to go. Earl Spence took care of his business with Mikey Garcia. They're ready to go now. You know, everybody signed up. Everybody's in training camp. Just a few weeks left. And regardless of all the things we've been saying about Shawn Porter for the last couple of months, yo, this fight is going to be epic. Absolutely epic. I'm looking forward to this one, man. I can't wait. I don't think I've been as hyped up for any other fight probably since the Wilder versus Ortiz fight, which I was there too. That thing was crazy. KO reaction. Look down in the history. We got the KO reaction down over there somewhere. You know, that fight was, wow, man. That fight was epic. Awesome night. You know, and I think it's gonna be that type of night when it comes to this fight. You know, Earl Spence, I'm praying that, it's kind of hard to gauge what exactly he's going to do, just due to the fact, regardless of what he says, because before you pretty much knew what Earl Spence brought to the table. He's coming there, he's going to jab you, come with the straight rights, keep going to your body, boom, 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 stay up in your chest, keep the action up, you know, high intensity. He's going to keep going to their body, beat you up, wear you down, stop you. But when he faced Mikey Garcia, he kind of switched that up a bit. He started boxing, he started jabbing, a lot of movement, a lot of things that I don't think was necessary. I guess he was doing it to prove a point for the fans, which to me is like, what's the point of you trying to do that? Just go in there, mow him down, beat him up, stop him. When you get to the higher weight classes, like about 160 pounds, where now guys are about your same size or bigger than you, and you have to utilize those tools, then do so. Floyd Mayweather in the low weight classes, he would just F you up at like 130 pounds, he would just beat your ass. That's it. He would just beat your ass. He'll come in, he'll take some punches, you know, slip punches. He used to love slipping punches, you know, with his face. Just slip, pump, to the body, boom, to the face. He used to do it all the time. And he would beat the crap out of everybody he faced back in those pretty boy days. But when they kept going up, got to about 140 pounds, those punches started to feel different. I remember he got rocked by Bay. I remember he got rocked by damn, what's that boy's name? By Chop Chop Corley. So after that, I think he started to realize that, yo, I need to scale it back. I need to kind of adjust my style, because as I'm going up and I intend to go even higher, I can't use that same way of fighting, because if I do, I'm not going to last long and I'm probably going to get put out. So he made the adjustments that was necessary because of the size difference. Now he's fighting guys 15, 20 pounds bigger than him. When he was at a lower weight class, he was still facing guys who are way bigger than him, but they're only 5, 7 pounds bigger than him. People have always been bigger than Floyd Mayweather. You could probably count in one hand how many fights he fought where he was the same size as somebody. He's never been big. I don't think he's ever been bigger than, like, hydration-wise on fight night. I don't think he's been bigger than anybody he's faced. Maybe Marquez. Maybe. You know? So, I mean, this is it, man. This is gonna be it. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping he doesn't utilize that style. I'm hoping he fights as the big man that he is. I'm hoping he fights like a Floyd Mayweather, you know, was doing at 130 pounds. The way that basically Earl Spence has been fighting, use that size. You're fighting somebody that's your same size. You know what I mean? So use that same type of fighting tactics. I'm hoping that's what he does. I hope he doesn't get into another jab and move fest, because he could do that with Shawn Porter. But he's been talking about he's going to knock this die guy out. He didn't like how it felt to just box somebody for 12 rounds and win. It was like, He's like, I'm going back to the old me. Forget this. So that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting to see the same old Earl Spence that we've been seeing. Somebody that does use a jab. Somebody does use that straight left. Somebody does go to the body. Somebody does keep the pressure on you. Somebody does just over time wear you out, wear you down, and end up stopping you. That's what I'm personally expecting from him. You know? And I expect Shawn Porter to bring it. I expect Shawn Porter is going to, if he has to lay down on that shield, Shawn Porter's going to lay down on that shield. I just personally believe when it comes to this fight, he has one of the worst styles when it comes to Errol Spence. You come in, you try to go hard, you try to pressure him, you're playing right into his game, he's going to beat the living daylights out of you. He's going to chop you down and turn your body into mush, and he's going to stop you. You try to move, he's going to cut the ring off. You know what I mean? He has that long jab, and he's going to pepper you from the outside. Pepper you, go to the body, pepper you, go to the body, go to the body, and stop you that way. Because Shawn Porter's not going to do what Mikey Garcia did. Shawn Porter's not going to sit there and just try to survive for 12 rounds. He's not going to just keep the guard up and just try to keep moving and try to just last to him. He's going to try to win. And that's going to be the difference. The difference is he's going to try to win. You know, he's not going to just try to survive or last. He wants his W. You know, that's the type of fighter he is. He's tenacious like that. And that's exactly what I'm expecting from him. I just don't think it's going to be enough. I think Errol Spence is going to put it on that boy. I think it's going to be an epic fight that probably lasts 12 rounds. You know, I don't think Shawn Porter is going to be the same probably after this fight's done. And I wouldn't be surprised if he got stopped late. But I'm not going to just disrespect Porter like that and just be like, oh yeah, nah, he's going to get knocked out, this and that, because that boy's a beast, you know. And regardless of what has been happening, regardless of all the effery his father's been talking, you know, and has talked over the last year or so, man, you got to put respect on Shawn Porter's name. So I'm going to put respect on that boy's name because I know what he brings when it comes to that ring. You know, 3 weeks, September 28th, eyes will be glued to that television because it's going to be epic. Subscribe, press the like button, the dislike button if you don't like it, whatever. Share the videos. See you on the next one.